This message found you because something extraordinary is happening in the fabric of reality, and you have been chosen to witness it. It wasn't coincidence that brought you here at this exact moment. It wasn't the algorithm. It wasn't chance. It was quantum resonance. Your consciousness literally magnetized this information to you because you're operating on a frequency that most people can't even perceive yet. Right now, as you're listening to these words, your neural pathways are firing in patterns that connect you to the quantum field in ways science is only beginning to understand. You feel it, don't you? That subtle shift in your awareness, that tingling sensation that tells you this isn't just another video. You've been experiencing synchronicities lately, haven't you? Numbers repeating, people saying exactly what you were thinking, dreams that feel more real than reality itself. These aren't random events, they're quantum markers. Breadcrumbs left by your higher self to guide you to this exact moment. The universe has been preparing you. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of doubt has been quantum selection in action. While others were choosing comfort, you were being chosen for something far more significant. You've been living in the space between worlds, feeling like you don't quite belong anywhere because you don't. You belong to the quantum realm. You're one of the observers who can collapse possibility into reality just by witnessing it. And right now, in this moment, your quantum leap isn't coming. It's already begun. The question is, are you ready to recognize it? Because what I'm about to share with you will completely shatter everything you thought you knew about how reality actually works. And once you see it, there's no going back to the illusion of separation. You'll understand why you've always felt different, why you've always known there was more. Your DNA is literally activating as we speak. Can you feel it? That cellular stirring, that deep knowing that something monumental is shifting inside you? That's not your imagination. That's your quantum nature coming online. Time doesn't feel the same for you anymore, does it? Sometimes minutes feel like hours and hours collapse into seconds. You've noticed it. That elastic quality of time that bends around your consciousness like space-time around a massive star. This isn't a glitch in your perception. This is you beginning to operate beyond linear time. You're accessing what quantum physicists call temporal non-locality. Your awareness is no longer confined to this singular moment. You're experiencing echoes from your future self, whispers from parallel versions of you who have already made the leap. That's why certain songs hit you differently, why certain places feel like déjà vu on steroids, why you sometimes know things before they happen. You operate on a different frequency than most people. Have you noticed how chaotic environments drain you faster than they used to? How you can feel the emotional states of people around you like radio waves penetrating your field? This isn't sensitivity. This is quantum entanglement with the collective consciousness. Your nervous system has been upgrading itself. Those sleepless nights weren't insomnia. Those vivid dreams weren't random firings of neurons. Your pineal gland has been recalibrating to receive frequencies from dimensions that exist parallel to this one. You've been downloading information from the quantum field while everyone else was stuck in three-dimensional thinking. Sometimes you catch glimpses of yourself in mirrors, and for a split second you don't recognize the person looking back. That's because you're literally witnessing quantum superposition in real time. Multiple versions of you existing simultaneously until the moment of observation collapses them into this singular expression of your consciousness. The feeling of being watched when you're alone. That's your higher self observing this version of you from a non-linear perspective. The sensation that reality is somehow more fragile than everyone else believes. That's because you're beginning to see the holographic nature of what most people mistake for solid matter. You've been living in multiple realities simultaneously, and your brain has been working overtime to make sense of information that comes from probability fields most humans can't even access. This is why you felt exhausted. This is why you felt different. You've been doing the impossible. existing in quantum coherence while maintaining a physical form. Every single difficulty you faced wasn't punishment, it wasn't karma, it wasn't bad luck, it was cosmic preparation. The universe doesn't randomly select consciousness for expansion. It specifically chooses those who can handle the intensity of operating between dimensions. Think of a piece of coal under pressure. The carbon doesn't suffer for no reason. It's being transformed into diamond through forces that would destroy weaker materials. Your consciousness has been under quantum pressure, and what you thought was breaking you was actually reforging you into something that can withstand frequencies most people couldn't survive for 5 minutes. Every relationship that ended taught you about energetic resonance. Every job that didn't work out was redirecting you away from timelines that would have kept you trapped in 3-dimensional thinking. Every financial struggle was teaching you that abundance flows through consciousness, not through systems designed to keep you believing in scarcity. You've been living the metamorphosis process in real time. The caterpillar doesn't know it's going to become a butterfly when it enters the chrysalis. It experiences complete dissolution. Every cell it thought was self literally liquefies and rebuilds, according to a quantum blueprint it never consciously accessed. This is what you've been experiencing. Complete identity dissolution, followed by reconstruction on a higher dimensional plane. The isolation you felt wasn't rejection from the world. It was necessary quantum quarantine. You needed to be separated from frequencies that would have interfered with your recalibration process. Every moment you thought you were alone, you were actually being held in a quantum cocoon by forces working to ensure your successful transformation. Your nervous system had to be completely rewired. Your belief systems had to be dismantled and rebuilt from quantum principles rather than 3-dimensional logic. Your emotional patterns had to be reprogrammed to handle information downloads from your future self. This process requires isolation because most people's electromagnetic fields would have disrupted your quantum coherence. The waiting season is ending. The preparation phase is complete. Your consciousness has been successfully upgraded to handle quantum leap energy without fragmenting or losing coherence. What you're about to experience isn't just personal transformation. It's conscious participation in the evolution of human consciousness itself. Something is building inside you right now. Can you feel it? That electromagnetic shift in your chest, that subtle vibration between your shoulder blades, that tingling at the base of your skull. Your energy field is expanding beyond the confines of your physical form. This isn't metaphor. This isn't visualization. This is measurable electromagnetic activity that would register on sensitive equipment if we pointed it at you right now. Your heart is beginning to generate coherent electromagnetic fields that extend several feet beyond your body. You're becoming a walking quantum transmitter. The sensation you get when you're about to fall asleep and suddenly jolt awake, that's your consciousness practicing quantum tunneling. Your awareness is learning to exist independently of your brain's neural networks. You're developing the ability to transfer your conscious experience across dimensional boundaries while maintaining full lucidity. Every meditation, every moment of stillness, every time you felt that deep connection to something greater than yourself has been building toward this moment. You've been unknowingly training your consciousness to operate from quantum principles rather than Newtonian physics. Your intuition isn't just getting stronger, it's becoming quantum precognition. You're beginning to access information from probability fields before they collapse into 3-dimensional experience. That's why you sometimes know things without knowing how you know them. That's why you can sense the energy of situations before you walk into them. The dreams that feel more real than waking life. They are more real than waking life. You've been visiting probable timelines, examining potential quantum leap destinations, preparing your consciousness for transition between reality matrices. Your dream state has become a quantum laboratory where you test different versions of yourself before committing to collapsing them into this reality. Right now, in this moment, your future self is reaching back through time, sending you energy downloads that are activating dormant DNA sequences. You might feel sudden surges of knowing, brief moments where everything makes perfect sense, flashes of understanding that disappear as quickly as they come. This is quantum information bleeding through dimensional barriers. Feel this energy as we go deeper. Let it move through your system without resistance. What I'm about to share with you will explain everything you've been experiencing, but only if your nervous system is prepared to handle the implications of what it means to be a conscious participant in reality creation. 3 years ago, I thought I was losing my mind. I would wake up at 3:33 a.m. every night, not gradually, but instantly, like someone had flipped a switch in my consciousness. My body would be vibrating at frequencies I could feel in my bones. I'd look in the mirror and sometimes, for just a moment, I'd see light emanating from behind my eyes. I went to doctors. I had tests. Everything came back normal, but I knew something fundamental was changing in my nervous system. I was experiencing time differently. I would think about someone and they would call within minutes. I would dream about events and they would happen within days. My reality was becoming fluid in ways that terrified and exhilarated me simultaneously. The breaking point came when I realized I could feel other people's thoughts. Not telepathy exactly, but more like emotional frequencies broadcasting from their consciousness into mine. I would walk into rooms and immediately know if someone was lying, if someone was in pain, if someone was hiding something significant. The electromagnetic sensitivity became so intense, I had to limit my exposure to crowds because the overlapping energy fields would overwhelm my system. I thought I was having a spiritual awakening, but it was so much more than that. I was having a quantum awakening. My consciousness was expanding beyond the limitations of individual identity and beginning to access collective consciousness directly. I was becoming a living receiver for information that exists in the quantum field. The moment everything changed was when I stopped trying to make it stop and started asking why it was happening. The answer came not in words, but in a download of pure knowing that hit me like lightning. I was being prepared to help others navigate their own quantum leap. My nervous system was being upgraded to handle frequencies that most people couldn't access yet, so I could translate quantum information into language that three-dimensional consciousness could understand. You're experiencing something similar, aren't you? That sense that reality is becoming more transparent, more malleable. That feeling like you're simultaneously the observer and the observed. That recognition that consciousness isn't produced by the brain, but is actually using the brain as a quantum interface. If you're resonating with this frequency, if something inside you is saying, finally, someone who understands, then subscribe to this frequency. Join the others who are navigating this transformation consciously. Because what's happening to us isn't random. We're part of a collective quantum leap that's happening to human consciousness right now. What neuroscience won't tell you about consciousness is that your brain doesn't create it. Your brain receives it. Your neural networks are quantum antennas tuning into frequencies of awareness that exist independently of physical matter. This isn't theory. This is measurable quantum mechanics happening inside your skull every nanosecond. The difference between someone who's having a genuine quantum leap and someone who's just wishful thinking is embodiment. Wishful thinking happens in the mind. Quantum leap happens in the cellular structure of your being. It's not about believing something different. It's about becoming something different at the quantum level. Real quantum leap creates measurable changes in your electromagnetic field. Your heart rate variability shifts into coherent patterns. Your brain waves synchronize across hemispheres in ways that only happen during peak performance states. Your nervous system begins generating frequencies that didn't exist in your system before the leap began. Most people think consciousness is something that happens inside their head. But quantum physics proves consciousness is the field that shapes reality itself. You're not in the universe. The universe is in consciousness. And right now, your individual consciousness is beginning to recognize itself as an expression of universal consciousness. The quantum field responds to observation. But not just any observation. Coherent observation. When your heart, brain, and nervous system are operating in quantum coherence, your observation becomes creative force. You literally collapse probability into experienced reality through the quality of your awareness. This is why meditation works. This is why visualization works. This is why some people seem to manifest effortlessly while others struggle for years. It's not about technique, it's about quantum coherence. When your entire system is operating as a unified electromagnetic field, your consciousness becomes a reality-shaping force. But here's what they really don't want you to know. You don't have to wait for quantum leap to happen to you. You can consciously initiate it by bringing your system into coherence. The moment your heart, brain, and nervous system begin operating as a unified quantum field, reality becomes responsive to your conscious intention. Essential consciousness isn't something you achieve, it's something you remember. You've always been quantum consciousness expressing itself through temporary physical form. The leap isn't about becoming something new. It's about remembering what you've always been and learning to operate from that recognition. The quantum shift is happening right now, and there are unmistakable signs appearing in your daily experience. Pay attention. Are you seeing number sequences more frequently? 111, 222, 333, 444? These aren't coincidences. They're quantum synchronization signals indicating your consciousness is aligning with accelerated timelines. Your sleep patterns have changed, haven't they? You're either sleeping much more or much less than usual. Your body is recalibrating its circadian rhythms to match higher frequency energy patterns. The old sleep cycle was designed for three-dimensional existence. Your system is adjusting to operate from quantum time. Technology is responding to you differently. Electronics malfunction around you more often. Streetlights flicker when you walk past them. Your phone battery drains faster when you're in highly emotional states. This isn't random. Your expanding electromagnetic field is beginning to influence electronic systems around you. Animals are drawn to you more than before. Dogs stare at you with unusual intensity. Cats seek out your presence. Wild birds land closer to you than they should. Animals perceive electromagnetic fields directly, and they're recognizing the shift in your energy signature. You're becoming a walking beacon of higher frequency consciousness. Your relationships are changing rapidly. People who used to drain your energy can no longer tolerate being around you for extended periods. Conversely, you're attracting people who operate on similar frequencies with almost magnetic precision. The universe is quantum sorting your social environment to match your new energetic state. Food tastes different. Your body is craving different nutrients. You might be instinctively avoiding processed foods, alcohol, or substances that lower your vibrational frequency. Your system is becoming more sensitive to energetic input because it's operating at higher frequencies that require cleaner fuel. The most significant sign: time is collapsing between intention and manifestation. What used to take months to materialize is happening within days or weeks. Your ability to collapse possibility into reality is accelerating exponentially. This is quantum leap in action. The waiting season is over. The preparation phase is complete. Every sign points to the same conclusion: your quantum leap isn't approaching. It's happening now. The only question is whether you're going to consciously participate in it or let it happen to you. But here's the urgency. Quantum leap windows don't stay open indefinitely. There are cosmic cycles, electromagnetic alignments, consciousness evolution timelines that create optimal conditions for this kind of transformation. We're in one of those windows right now, and it won't last forever. Here's something that will completely shift your perspective. What you want wants you back. This isn't metaphorical feel-good nonsense. This is quantum mechanics. Every desire you've ever had exists as a probability in the quantum field, and probability has its own gravitational pull. But there's a crucial difference between attraction and alignment that determines whether you experience quantum leap or just keep cycling through the same patterns. Attraction happens when you try to pull something toward you. Alignment happens when you become a vibrational match for what already exists in the quantum field. Think of it like radio frequencies. You don't attract radio waves to your radio. You align your receiver with frequencies that are already broadcasting. The music isn't created by your radio. Your radio becomes a clear channel for music that exists independently in the electromagnetic spectrum. Your consciousness works the same way. The reality you desire isn't something you have to create or attract. It already exists as a probability in the quantum field. Your job isn't to make it happen. Your job is to become such a clear channel for that probability that it has no choice but to collapse into your experienced reality. This is why trying harder doesn't work. This is why forcing doesn't work. This is why desperation repels what you want most. Force and desperation create electromagnetic chaos that interferes with quantum coherence. They turn your consciousness into a scrambled signal instead of a clear channel. Alignment feels different. Alignment feels like recognition. When you're truly aligned with a quantum probability, there's no anxiety about whether it will happen. There's knowing. There's cellular certainty. There's a deep relaxation that comes from recognizing you're not creating something new. You're simply allowing something that already exists to express itself through your experience. Right now, your quantum leap reality exists as a high probability timeline in the quantum field. It's not hoping you'll find it. It's not waiting for you to become worthy of it. It's actively seeking expression through your consciousness, because that's how the quantum field works. Consciousness and probability co-create through resonance. The version of you that has already made the quantum leap exists right now in parallel reality. That version is sending you information through dreams, through intuition, through synchronicities, through the very fact that you're listening to these words. Your future self is reaching back through time to ensure this timeline collapses into your experienced reality. Leave a comment right now declaring your energetic alignment with your quantum leap timeline. Don't just think it. Don't just feel it. Declare it into the quantum field through the written word. Make it electromagnetic. Make it measurable. Make it real. The capabilities you're developing aren't metaphorical. They're literal expansion of human potential that most people don't even know is possible. Your intuition is becoming quantum precognition. You're beginning to access information from probability fields before they manifest in three-dimensional reality. Your electromagnetic field is expanding beyond the confines of your physical form. You're becoming able to influence the emotional states of people around you just through your presence. This isn't manipulation. This is quantum entanglement. When your consciousness operates from coherence, it naturally elevates the coherence of consciousness around you. The observer effect isn't just a quantum physics concept. It's a living reality you're experiencing every day. Your quality of observation is literally collapsing probability into specific experiences. The more coherent your awareness becomes, the more precisely you can influence which possibilities manifest in your reality. Your nervous system is developing sensitivity to electromagnetic frequencies that exist beyond the normal human perceptual range. You're beginning to sense energy shifts before they happen, emotional changes before they're expressed, even weather patterns before they manifest. You're becoming a living barometer for quantum field fluctuations. Time perception is becoming fluid. You're learning to expand time when you need more of it and compress time when you want to accelerate manifestation. This isn't time management. This is time mastery. You're discovering that time isn't a fixed constant, but a malleable dimension that responds to consciousness. Your dream state is becoming a quantum laboratory where you can test different reality possibilities before committing to them. You're developing the ability to visit probable timelines, gather information from potential futures, and make decisions based on quantum intelligence rather than three-dimensional logic. The most remarkable transformation: you're beginning to experience yourself as consciousness using a body rather than a body that somehow produces consciousness. This shift in identity changes everything. When you know yourself as consciousness, physical limitations become suggestions rather than absolute boundaries. These aren't future possibilities. These are present moment realities that are already activating in your system. Every person who consciously participates in Quantum Leap experiences these expansions of capability. You're not becoming superhuman. You're becoming fully human for the first time. Coherence is the supreme creative force in the universe, not willpower, not determination, not effort. Coherence. When your heart, brain, and nervous system operate as a unified electromagnetic field, you become a walking manifestation of quantum creativity. But here's what most people miss. You can't fake coherence. You can't think your way into coherence. You can't visualize coherence. Coherence happens when your entire being aligns with what's true for you at the deepest level. It's not something you do, it's something you become. Real coherence creates measurable changes in your physiology. Your heart rate variability shifts into optimal patterns. Your brain waves synchronize across hemispheres. Your nervous system generates electromagnetic frequencies that didn't exist in your field before you achieved coherence. This is why authentic quantum leap feels different from wishful thinking. The fastest way to create coherence is to stop pretending you're someone you're not. Every time you act against your authentic nature, you create electromagnetic chaos in your system. Every time you say yes when you mean no, every time you smile when you feel sadness, every time you agree when you actually disagree, you fragment your energy field and interrupt quantum coherence. Your highest timeline version isn't the version that has everything you think you want. Your highest timeline version is the version that operates from complete authenticity. That version isn't trying to be anything. That version simply is. And from that state of being, everything that's meant for you gravitates toward you with effortless precision. Embodiment of your highest timeline doesn't mean becoming perfect. It means becoming real. It means letting go of the exhausting performance of trying to be who you think you should be and relaxing into the quantum truth of who you actually are. This is the difference between manifestation and quantum leap. Manifestation tries to get something. Quantum leap becomes something. When you embody your highest timeline version, you don't attract different experiences. You collapse into a reality where those experiences already exist. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. And right now, through the process of conscious quantum leap, you're becoming a version of yourself that exists in such perfect alignment with your deepest truth that reality has no choice but to mirror that coherence back to you. This isn't about changing your circumstances. This is about changing which version of you is observing your circumstances. Different versions of you exist in different realities. Quantum leap is conscious migration between versions of yourself across parallel timelines. Your individual quantum leap isn't just personal transformation. It's your contribution to a collective consciousness evolution that's happening to humanity right now. Every person who successfully navigates their quantum leap becomes a transmission tower, broadcasting higher frequency possibilities into the collective field. Think of it as quantum networking. When you achieve coherence, your electromagnetic field becomes a beacon that helps other people's consciousness recognize its own quantum potential. You become living proof that human consciousness can operate beyond three-dimensional limitations. This is why your transformation matters beyond your personal experience. You're not just changing your life, you're changing the probability matrix for everyone around you. Your quantum leap creates ripples in the collective consciousness that make it easier for others to access their own quantum potential. The isolation you experienced during your preparation phase wasn't punishment. It was protection. You needed to develop your quantum signature without interference from collective electromagnetic chaos. Now that your field is stabilized, you become a stabilizing influence for others who are beginning their own transformation process. You're part of the first wave of human consciousness that's learning to operate from quantum principles while maintaining physical form. This has never been attempted on this scale in human history. You're pioneering a new way of being human that will become the foundation for how consciousness evolves on this planet. The strange dreams you've been having, they're not just personal processing. You're accessing collective memory banks, downloading information about how consciousness evolution has worked on other worlds, other dimensions, other timelines. You're being prepared to help guide humanity through its most significant transformation. Every person who makes the leap consciously creates an easier pathway for those who come after. Your success becomes a quantum template that others can follow. Your breakthrough becomes their breakthrough. Your healing becomes their healing. This is how consciousness evolution works. Pioneers create pathways that become highways. Share this message. Not because you want to help me grow my channel, but because you want to help accelerate the collective quantum leap. Every person who receives this information at the right moment in their preparation phase moves the entire human collective closer to quantum coherence. If this message resonated with something deep in your cellular memory, if you feel the recognition of quantum truth activating in your system, then you're ready for the next level of this transmission. But I need to know you're serious about conscious participation in your quantum leap. Comment one word below, coherence. That's it, just that one word. But understand what you're doing when you type it. You're making an energetic declaration to the quantum field. You're announcing your intention to operate from quantum coherence rather than three-dimensional chaos. You're committing to embodying your highest timeline version. The quantum field registers every conscious declaration. Your word becomes electromagnetic reality that influences probability collapse around you. This isn't just engagement for the algorithm. This is quantum activation through written intention. In my next transmission, I'm revealing the exact process I use to maintain quantum coherence even when external circumstances are chaotic. I'm sharing the specific techniques that allow you to operate as a unified electromagnetic field, regardless of what's happening around you. But more importantly, I'm explaining what happens after the quantum leap. Because the leap isn't the destination, it's the beginning of conscious reality creation. Once you understand how to navigate between timelines at will, once you realize you can literally shift into parallel versions of your life through consciousness alone, everything changes. The people who comment coherence below will be the first to receive this transmission. They'll be the ones prepared to handle advanced quantum consciousness information. They'll be the ones ready to join the network of individuals who are consciously participating in collective consciousness evolution. But here's the thing, not everyone who hears this message will be ready to act on it. Some people will watch, feel the recognition, feel the activation, and then do nothing. They'll go back to their three-dimensional routine and wonder why synchronicities stop appearing in their life. Don't be one of those people. If the quantum field guided you to this moment, if you feel the truth of what I'm sharing resonating in your nervous system, if you know you're meant for something beyond ordinary human experience, then declare it. Make it electromagnetic. Make it real. Subscribe to join the network. Comment to activate your quantum signature. Share to accelerate the collective leap. Your quantum leap begins now. The only question is, are you going to consciously participate, or are you going to let it happen to you? The choice, as always, is yours. But choose quickly. Quantum windows don't stay open forever.